using waste diversion or recycling systems to benefit communities, no? Uh, through our different projects now under the parent company, Evergreen Labs, we try to bring value all across the waste value chain. No? So we're not just talking about having recycling centers. We're talking about how these recycling centers can bring value all the way to collectors, to those that transport, to those that collect. So ReForm Plastic is a social enterprise of Evergreen Labs focusing on waste diversion technologies and using waste diversion or recycling systems to benefit communities. No, through our different projects now under the parent company Evergreen Labs, we try to bring value all across the waste value chain. No? So we're not just talking about having recycling centers. We're talking about how these recycling centers can bring value all the way to collectors, to those that transport, to those that collect. But us at ReForm, beginning 2016 in Vietnam, that's where our founders started it, have been enabling these waste diversion facilities. No, some of our technologies include plastic board manufacturing, wherein we try to replicate or create a substitute for plyboards, typical construction materials. We're also looking to other technologies such as plastic lumber, aggregates for concrete that use plastic. But all in all, through our different ventures, from our parent company all the way to ReForm Plastic, we really try to solve the problem of waste. It's here to stay. There's many great advocacies who strike waste at the habits of different individuals. So trying to reduce consumption overall, which are amazing initiatives. But we think that while there is still plastic waste, there are existing technologies and models that can work so that we can reduce so much more of it in Metro Manila and so much more all over the Philippines, all over Southeast Asia, and so on. I guess if we're talking about here the plastic board facility, for example, right? That line that we have among our different technology offerings, that's the one we've been able to replicate. The 14 franchisees produce recycled plastic boards. So I have one right here. So I guess it's good to show it before I explain the whole process. This one is made from 100% post-consumer waste. So how does that work with our franchisee? Through collection programs, or if a community already has a system wherein, let's say, a local government unit adopts this facility, definitely the base material for producing these boards come from their waste situation. What is the waste profile that they collect? How much flexible plastics, how much non-value plastics they collect? What is the percentage that is sachets, multi-layer packaging, all of that? We try to study all of that. We try to see, that's the start of our franchise model, is evaluating the waste situation that the adopter or the community has. Then definitely we make it make sense with the financing. Definitely anyone can just buy machines, anyone can just have a facility, but it has to make sense through the profit generation. You're gonna have to sell these products, you're gonna have to generate income, you're gonna have to pay people who work at the facility. So we cater to that. We make sure that we pay very close attention to that part of the process. We don't want to unload a set of machines to a community and have them lose money over it instead of gain money over it, right? How else can we make that make sense? Well, we have the extended producer responsibility law, or the system of plastic credits among different obliged enterprises, wherein obliged enterprises have a commitment to supporting waste diversion in communities. So we're able to account for this part of the economics of it. So that's all in step 2. Then 3, when we have the adoption of the facility, so we're able to see the waste, we're able to see if a facility is financially viable for them, given what they have, given the circumstance, given the facility, given its location. And we then suggest a machine line. We canvas, we draft what is the need, what is the necessary set of machines, what is the factory layout, all of that. So if that was the question, I hope that's the question you were asking on how the model works to make these waste products all the way to the final product, which is the plastic board. The product of our final, I guess the franchise model is the boards themselves. So they're 4x8 as an alternative to ply boards, phenolic board, gypsum board. You'll hear those terms in every hardware shop. We're a plywood country. I think the Philippines uses a lot of plywood. There's different brands there that I don't think I need to mention, but yeah, it's an alternative that's a bit more water resistant. Doesn't get impacted by termites. Hindi siya inaanay. It's fire self-extinguishing is the correct term. It's a bit more resilient. It can bend easier because it's made out of plastic. Our franchisees are the ones who kind of create products out of them, if to their choosing. We have franchisees who create trash bins, as maybe you've seen in some of our material, maybe chairs, maybe for schools. Some of them use it for formworks. We use, whenever we want to make cement structures, we kind of have to mold it through phenolic boards, gypsum boards, but our material can prove to work for at least 20 uses when you're using it for molding cement walls or posts. So honestly, sky's the limit with it. Price is a difficult subject, I would say, when it comes to going toe-to-toe with other plastic products, because I think that's how the culture with plastic products is. It's really cheap because mass production is there. I mean, how many times have we asked how much it costs to have a regular soda bottle? Those things, if you're going to the unit economics of it, they're very hard to compete with. So we're trying to land on board products, ply boards, gypsum boards. That's the field that we hope that this material plays at. What we think our solutions offer is that opportunity to remove more of these plastics from the waste cycle. There's always going to be that issue of microplastics in our water. There's going to be waste that's clogging our drains. And I think that's just it. I think it's just reducing the amount of those that go to these streams and giving them a new life. Our product is an upcycled product. We don't call it a recycled product because we bring it back to becoming a base material. That's why the boards, make what you will of it, use what you will of it. But to us, we see that we found a good solution for it. And a lot of other organizations have found great solutions for it. So to us, it's that collaborative effort to really, reduce the amount of non-value plastics that's around in places that we don't want it to be, and to give people the economic opportunity to make something out of this product. Because commonly waste collectors don't collect sachets. Our typical nangangalakal, our typical junk shop often don't really need to collect these. But lately, because of both initiatives like ours and the extended producer responsibility law, more and more systems have been activated to make this a part of the economics. So people can make money just collecting sachets, plastic bags, and whatnot. So we're giving people livelihoods as well. It activates so many other parts of our waste economic system. And yeah, we're not even, I think this is just one of it. This is just one solution. We're trying to bring more technologies. We're trying to bring more models and ideas that can really reduce that amount of plastic and give more livelihood to those that already work in waste.